Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second episode of the Game Lords podcast. I am Guru Larry, and joined with me once again is Kim Justice.
Hello.
The Nostalgia Nerd.
Hello there.
And some other bloke.
Introduce me properly.
Oh, okay. And are you called Dan Ibbotson or DJ Slope now?
Oh, whatever. Yes. Hello, everybody. Thanks for that one, Larry. That was really good.
And a man who needs no introduction.
Me. Yes, hello, everybody.
So there you go. So let's first things first. Let's all discuss about what games we've been playing lately, because everybody cares about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So who goes first?
Go Kim first, as her name was announced first. Go.
Kim first, yes.
Okay. What have I been playing recently? Not much, I have to say. You know, video game channel and all that. I've been playing a bunch of arcade football games, revisiting some of the old ones from the past, Football Champ, Super Sidekick, stuff like that, because I've got a video coming up about it, so yeah. Doing business. Haven't really been playing much for fun.
Oh, for footage.
Yeah, just for footage, and just to relive them.
That's good. What about you, Pete, or the nerd?
Me? Well, not...
You're the nostalgia critic the other day.
Shut up! Yeah, I haven't played that much. I think your kind of relationship with games changes when you start to do YouTube stuff, because you just seem to play it less. But I think I've been playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I got that for the Switch, and I've been playing a bit of that, which, you know, is not much different from Mario Kart on the Wii U. I know it's not supposed to be much different, but
probably not different from the one before that.
I think it peaked with the Mario Kart on the Wii. The original Wii was my favourite Mario Kart iteration. And this one it's good. It's brought back all the battle modes, like the coin battle mode, which was the best one. But it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel quite up to the Wii standard. But it's all right. That's what I've been playing.
It would have been nice if they added something extra, but other than just that, the battle mode, it would have been nice to get like another 8 tracks or something. Even it is huge, that game, I suppose. There's a lot in there.
I mean, they gave you all the extra tracks from the
DLC,
the download, the DLC stuff. But it just something different. Like I miss having the finishing times at the end of the race, and just adding little details like that in to make it more complete would have made it a better game, I think. But it's still.
It just doesn't really seem to change all that much, does it? I mean, I still like the first 2 more than any of the other ones I've played.
Well, the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, Super Nintendo and Mario Kart 64.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo
got it right.
Yeah, it nailed it. Nintendo were good at nailing the game first time. And the Super Nintendo one, there's a Super Nintendo track on the new one, which is quite nice. The original battle mode track, they brought that back.
Okay,
nice. Which is fun to play. That's pretty much all I've done. I think I played a bit of Super Monaco Grand Prix, but that was for a video, and of course Sonic Mania.
What version of Monaco did you play?
It was just a Mega Drive version.
Oh, okay,
just regular.
Yeah, standard. And a bit of the arcade through MAME, which is quite nice, the arcade one.
Yeah, it's all right. Can't beat Super Monaco GP2 in my mind. I love that game. That's one of my favourite ones, the Ayrton Senna one.
Yeah. Have you seen the films, Senna?
Yes, I have. Brilliant film.
That's good.
I need to see that. That's been on my watch list for a long time.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
I'm a little bit.
Spoiler alert: he dies at the end.
Well, thanks, Larry.
He doesn't.
I'm a little bit sore with this whole Mario Kart 8 thing, because I was seeing copies go for about 30 quid on eBay. So I decided to sell my Wii U one, and for some reason it went for £12, and I bought the Switch version for like 45, and I've played it once. What a waste! But I still like it because I like owning the Switch games. I love that system so much.
It is nice. Yeah.
It's so much better than you can play it portable, isn't it?
Oh my god, yeah. I hardly ever play it on my TV.
See, I hardly ever play. I think I've never played it portable, which is strange.
No, I don't.
Oh, well.
No.
But I got mine off Amazon. Amazon had Amazon do occasional deals where it's like really small at the top of the screen, and they were offering £5 off loads of games on one particular day. So I picked mine up for like 35 quid. So
Yeah.
bargain.
I've been buying so many games for it recently, like little indie games that are coming out on like an actual cartridge. Because I just love owning the fact that I'm owning it on a cartridge.
It's nice, yeah.
And then it's region free as well, and you can import the games from from the States, Japan, from PlayAsia. It's like £20-something each. It's like nothing.
That's awesome.
It's really, really good. Yeah, I've been buying loads.
Well, if you don't, if you ever need to get another Switch, that you can always take it over to that one because it's so tightly secured on region, locking on accounts and that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it's better to have a physical copy in that regards with Nintendo.
It is definitely.
I saw on Mario Kart there's an option on the menu for wireless play? Is that where you can hook up 2 switches and use them?
Yeah, you can literally LAN party it.
Nice.
Awesome.
That is a nice feature.
Yeah. My neighbour's got it. We played it in our garden together. It was really cool. We'll have to do this more
over
often.
the fence?
Never done it since. Yeah, literally over the fence. It was awesome. I absolutely adore it. I'm not even joking. I think it might be in like one of my top favourite consoles of all time. They're just the way of being able to play it portably. I think it's fantastic.
Because it hasn't got many. Hasn't got many games for it, has it yet? So
no, not major. And a lot of those indie games are just like old Xbox 360 games or whatever being remade again. Like there's a Cinemore coming out on December 31st, but I'm going to buy it even though I already own it on the 360. Mm-hmm. Just because I want to own it on the Switch. I think it comes with a 2-player option as well, which would be cool. But
that's one that a lot of people seem to like. That Cinemore. Everyone really liked that. I didn't rate that at all. I don't know why.
I quite liked it.
Really
I enjoyed it.
With me.
They're bringing out LA Noire as well, aren't they?
Yes,
Switch?
they are. Which is
LA Nori. Yeah.
LA Nori, yes. Nora? Yeah, that looks good. I think that'd be a good handheld game.
Mm. Yeah, that's a good one to just.
I don't know. You have to study if they're lying or not, don't you? So it's going to be quite hard on a tiny screen.
It's quite a high definition screen, though, isn't it? It's better than like the Wii U screen.
Yeah, well, I would have said that my favourite handheld would have been the Vita, but now this is like because the Vita was so good because it had like a really good indie focus on it, and the Switch has totally got a really good indie focus. Obviously, because it's just trying to fill the gap between no release of games, but which is what typical Nintendo do. But I love indie games, so the more the merrier.
Yeah,
I keep buying them again though. That's the only thing. How many times am I going to buy Shovel Knight? But I have bought it again.
It's
on different systems. I take it you mean?
Yeah, this is the third time I've bought Shovel Knight now.
Oh, okay. Have you completed all of them?
I haven't completed the one on the Switch yet, but I've completed all the other ones. Yeah,
I've got a decent length. Is there anything Switch exclusive about Shovel Knight?
I don't think so. I think like if you have the Amiibo, maybe you get like 2-player mode or something like that. But I think that was for the Wii U as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they update that game a lot. I don't think it should yet again cost it like another 20-odd quid or so. It's a bit like, come on. But I mean, I bought it. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if the new Freedom Planet's coming out anytime soon. That's kind of similar.
Freedom Planet 2, it is. They're hard at work on that game, so I have been told. Yes.
It's a lot of hard work plagiarising Sonic. So.
Isn't it a lot of the team worked on became Padoga West, the people that made Sonic Mania? Was it that game, or was it it was either that or Sonic 2 HD where
I think
Padoga West come from?
It was mostly guys Zach Christian Whitehead who made the Sonic CD remake.
Yeah.
Him and a couple of others. I think it was mostly those guys. Apparently, one of them was trying to get Sonic CD on the DS as well, but that kind of fell through.
Oh yeah, I read that somewhere.
Yes,
that would have been a good game.
Yeah, you can. There is I think he made like the prototype available, and it's got the first zone in it, but nothing else. But it's got Knuckles in it, which is interesting because the actual Sonic CD remake doesn't.
Yeah, and it's all Knuckles, isn't it?
Mm.
You can't play as Tails in it either. You can only play as Sonic in Sonic CD. Yes, that's a good game. That is a really good game. And the good thing about Sonic CD, it does play differently. When you play it again, it's not just the same platformer like Sonic 2 and 3.
Yeah,
Sonic CD was very unique.
I always felt a bit disappointed with Sonic CD because it was Sonic CD was made by a completely different team, but at the same time as Sonic 2, wasn't it? And it always
it's originally supposed to be Sonic 2.
Yeah, but it always felt like it was sort of behind the curve of Sonic 2 to me, even though
it's basically more Sonic 1, really. Isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, exactly.
Isn't it made by the same guys who did Sonic 1, basically?
I think so.
Yeah, it was the Japan branch.
Yeah.
Where their 2, 3, and Knuckles were very Americanized compared.
Yeah.
That's why 1 feels a little bit black sheepy compared to the rest, you know. It's still a good game. It just plays. It's a lot harder, isn't it? You know, it's a lot slower as well after you get past the first act or zone.
I always find with Sonic CD, I mean, I like most of it. I mean, it does kind of feel a lot of the times like it's a whole bunch of things that have just been thrown at a wall. But most of the time it makes sense, except for Wacky Workbench, which I cannot stand.
Wacky. Oh, what way? Like, doing.
Yes, it's so irritating. It's like playing like the Sonic 1 special stage, only it's an actual 3-act zone.
I don't think I've ever done Sonic CD all the way through with all the emeralds, actually. I think that might be one of the only classics that I haven't. That was hard.
I haven't even done it without the emeralds.
I didn't find the game too hard,
but not with all the emeralds.
I don't think I've completed any Sonic games with all the emeralds. I just don't think I'm that dedicated.
2, 3, and Knuckles, surely.
No, I rarely complete games. I just get bored halfway through and then just move on. I never feel the need to complete any game, really.
Yeah. I think I've done 1 and 2 with the emeralds.
I've done 2, 3, and Knuckles, and I've only ever done 1 by cheating with them emeralds.
Ooh.
But it was only a fluky cheat, because if you go to level select and then you choose the bonus stage,
that doesn't count. You can't say it was only a fluky cheat. It doesn't count.
All it does is give you the smallest little nudge, because you start the game with a bonus stage, and then after you've done that, if you get the emerald, then the game starts. So you basically start the game with 1 emerald.
Cheating.
Okay.
Cheat.
Cheater. You completed Sonic Mania?
Have I?
No.
I probably won't play it again. I've got about halfway through it, and I'll probably leave it. Yeah.
Oh, you're still upset about your broken Sonic stand?
I was supposed to send that back to Amazon.
Yeah.
I was going to send it back to Amazon, and I did all the return stuff, and then before I'd even sent it back, I got an email saying, "We've got your return. Thanks. I've still got it sitting here."
Oh, that's right. You get a free Sonic.
Yeah. I was like, okay, cheers. It's got a hole in it, but that's fine. That'll do.
So the piece is missing as well. It's not like falling inside or anything in the box.
What, the bit of plastic? No, it's gone. It must have fallen out in the factory, I guess. But I'm going to put a bit of Subaru.
Yeah, I was going to say Subaru or something.
Yeah, and then it should just look the same.
You got a bit of Raspberry Pi in it or anything?
No, if I was going to do that, I'd probably use a Mega Drive case.
Yeah.
Just the case. It's just cheap, isn't it? It's just so cheap plastic that I wouldn't want to do anything constructive with it other than put it in the bin.
Oh.
At dinner the other day, because I brought it down because it's still downstairs from when I filmed having it there when I was filming the Sonic Mania record that I had. It's still sitting on our on our table, and was eating dinner yesterday. And she's like, "When are you going to move that?" I'm like, "What do you mean I'm winding them up? Are we going to keep it?" She goes, "It's so crap. It's not even like nice plastic. It looks so bad."
Really cheap, yeah.
And I'm like, "I love it. Leave it alone." I put up a shelf for it. I mean, I had a few other things that were like dotted about, but above my telly in the bedroom upstairs, because it is too kiddie plastic for it. It looks like an oversized McDonald's toy.
It does. Yes.
I had a few things like a Mario that actually used to hold a 3DS, but now because I don't own the original 3DS, it holds my phone, and all these other things, and now it has a little shelf above my above my telly in the bedroom, so she can see it all the time whenever she watches telly.
With your working light.
Yeah, with the working light.
I can't believe I didn't connect that up. That is like super cheap, isn't it?
The fact that you actually open it up and the smallest circuit board in the world even has the letters LED written on them where it should go.
Does the light go off after a certain amount of time, or does it just stay on?
No, it just stays on.
I wonder if that factored into their decision about not connecting it, or whether it was just completely lazy.
I don't think it was a lazy thing. I don't think it was a way of saving money or
bit of wire.
I think it was genuinely a mistake. I think they forgot to add it on. I really do think that they've done that.
Do you reckon?
I think so. I mean, I'm guessing, obviously. But...
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how it'd be interesting to know how much extra time in the factory that would take to wire that up, and then because obviously there must be some cost involved, but
I suppose it's not the cost of the wire that you're worried about, is it? The cost
it's not the wire cost, it's just the work.
I actually bought a soldering kit just for that. I did.
Oh,
Nice one.
Nice. Your soldering was pretty good.
No, it was really bad. The first joint, I suppose. Oh my god, it ain't on there, and I pulled it off, and I ripped the entire all of the solder where I had to solder it onto, and I was like, "Fuck!" And I realised I could connect it to another point, and it just bypassed it. So that's fine.
I mean, I'm bad at soldering, but I mean.
Well, this is the first time I've literally held a solder for literally 15 years. I done electronics at college. There you go. Something you didn't know about me. Yeah, last time it was almost dying the ice cream. This time
ice cream man. Yeah.
Was that what, A level?
No. I just got I got a degree actually.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. You wouldn't tell that by your soldering, would you?
No, I know. There you go. Actually, here you go. I actually thought I was going in there to learn to become a Sparky, and then I realised I was on the wrong course and just stayed on it.
Were you doing French or something like that?
Bonjour. Why is no one else speaking French? They're funny looking pens. Right. Yeah.
God. So, what have you been playing, Slope?
Yeah, all right. Cheers for that, Kim.
Come on, Larry.
I'm asleep. I've actually made a list, actually. I've been playing Ghostblade HD, and I'm really gutted because I've lost the fucking CD. Like, I took it out, and I was like, "Oh, I'll put that away soon," and now I can't find where I put it. But Ghostblade HD on the PS4, an old Dreamcast game that's just been up-resed. Fun fact, actually, that was going to be my first release on the record label that I'm doing, but fell through, sadly. But anyway, Sonic Mania. Obviously, I've been playing that probably more than any other game I've played in the last couple of years. I've completed that with all of the emeralds with every character now. There's some fantastic stuff on that game. Severed. If you've got a Switch, play Severed. That's really, really good. It's a game that I think you can only play in handheld mode. It's sort of first person. It's by the people that done Guacamole. It's really good. I played a tiny bit, or tried to play Mushi King for my latest video, but I couldn't work out how to play it. Completed Cave Story, Uncharted Lost Legacy, that Yakuza Band game, and I'm now reviewing a new game for my channel, SteamWorld Dig 2.
Nice. So you've been really handling.
Yeah, I've gone from never playing games, I just do too many videos, to I think it's because of the Switch. Like, it's just so awesome just to lay in bed and just chuck out a couple of levels of whatever game or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this record label you were talking about?
I'm starting a record label. It almost fell through. I don't know. Is that right? A record label? Because I'm not getting bands on. I'm just releasing soundtracks.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So what is this stuff you've done? Obviously.
Yeah, I'm starting up a record label. Basically, you got I review a lot of records on my channel. I'm really chatty with, I'd say, pretty much all the major labels. That do that sort of thing, and I decided, I'm going to give it a go. Even if I only ever release one record, I've already got it in the pipeline. The people that I've been able to, all the companies that I've spoken to, a lot of them know who I am, which is really, really nice, and that's helped me get in there. We got the first release coming up at some point. It just, it takes a lot longer than I was expecting it to. A lot of costs involved with licensing, which I knew, but I didn't realise how many different places you have to pay for licensing. It's quite crazy.
It's gonna be so worth it when the first one comes off the line, like with your imprint on it, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was willing to lose a little bit of money in the first instance, and then I realised I was going to lose a hell of a lot of money, and I've done a lot of moving things around. I think I've actually now managed to get a good, stable first release now, and it's a very popular PC game, actually.
PC, wow.
PC, yeah. Not many people go down the PC route, but I have a couple of people interested in releasing records on PC games. Very, very popular PC. If you're into PC gaming, you'll know what it is, but I'm not going to say it. You'll just have to wait and see.
Dude.
Can
you pick the vinyls?
Like well, yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm working with the developers and stuff, and they get a copy, and I get a copy, and we both, give it our thumbs up, and then it goes.
Can you have like a transparent vinyl?
Yeah, absolutely. I can have it nice. See-through and all that sort of thing.
Nice. I do like the old different coloured vinyls.
Ones, the transparent or the polka dot stuff, or
there's something about
nice
that.
Designs, yeah. I imagine it costs a bit more to get that produced, though.
It's basically the same price, but you have to pay a setup fee for the colours. So it works. It's not a lot extra. It's just like a one-off fee. It's less than £100, one-off fee, and then you can have that particular vinyl as many times as you want for the same price as maybe a black one or whatever.
Nice one.
The way I'm looking at it is I'm going to do 500 releases or 490 after the team get their copies. 490, there'll be 400, I think either 400 and 450 in the cool special colour, and then black and a one-off colour as well.
What about if you wanted a vinyl that's like a different shape? Like, I don't know, a heart-shaped vinyl or something?
They do that, but obviously when you do that, you cut out a lot of the amount of music you can fit on there.
Yeah.
So it'd basically be a 7-inch.
Yeah, it almost becomes like a 7, doesn't it? Yeah.
And obviously that costs a considerable amount more. Yeah. There's Mondo done a wicked Superman the animated series vinyl, which is the actual shape of the S.
Oh wow.
But obviously it's only got like probably a couple of tracks on it.
Nice.
It's one of those things like you're basically buying a snazzy looking 7-inch. You know, 25-30 quid is
Yeah.
Would that really mess up your vertical record player though? Playing a funny shaped record.
Well, you obviously wouldn't make it. As long as you put it in the right place, it wouldn't. No. It would be the same as any record player.
Yeah, because I guess with vertical ones, you kind of think about gravity, don't you, and how it might fall. Doesn't that change it at all?
No. I mean, the vertical record player is actually it's an illusion. It's not 100% vertical. It's slightly tilted back.
Okay.
So there's no way it's going to fall forward unless it's on a slope.
I guess it's got to grip it somehow, doesn't it? So.
Yeah, and also there's actually a little bit that you put in the middle and you screw it on, which is why when you look at my videos of my vertical, there's a big black circle in the middle because I've actually had to screw something into it. So basically, it's not coming off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm actually getting rid of that, sadly, that record player.
Why?
It skips.
It skips? Can't you just change the... I mean, I don't know a lot about record players. Can't you just change the needle?
Well, if you imagine how an arm works when you drop a needle down on a flat record player, it's the weight on the back is the thing that pushes down the needle.
Oh, I get you.
With a vertical, it's a spring. That's the whole thing. It's a spring. And the crazy thing is, all of the vinyl soundtracks I've ever had, all of the video game vinyl soundtracks I've ever had, work perfectly. Literally not a problem at all. But sometimes records are cheaply produced, and I've got a couple of Eminem records that just will not play because they're cheaply produced. But you wouldn't think of it because it's an Eminem record, but they actually are cheaply produced. I think it's where. Go ahead.
By cheap, are we talking like shallow grooves?
I think that's what it is. I know that's probably like a really lamest way of explaining it, but I think it is shallow grooves. Like it doesn't go very deep, so it just slides across.
Well, it's like when they used to have cassettes. I mean, a lot of like the commercial tape releases were just on cheap tape. I mean, there's a lot of the stuff you could get when you actually recorded stuff. It was a lot better. Like if you got like chrome tape as opposed to like the ferric, more cheap ones.
I love watching Techmoan talk about that. It's just
that's
a whole world of tapes, isn't there?
He taught me a whole lot about tapes and all the different ones because I just thought, cassette's a cassette, but no, as it turns out, no.
Yeah, like I knew about the different types, but like he talks about all the notches on the top that tell the tape player which is which and all sorts. It's quite, it's a whole world, isn't it?
Yeah,
I do like Techmoan.
World, yeah. Love that channel.
He's the only channel I can watch with my father-in-law.
I'm going to watch my children. What sort of channels do you watch?
Come on, kids, we're going to learn all about bloody Tefifon.
Yes, have a riot.
I think he just appeals to everyone, though, doesn't he? He's a great channel. Yeah,
it's a very comfy channel.
So cozy.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed, like no shit, no swearing or anything like that.
Kim, calm down.
Whenever people kick off in the comments, he handles that so well.
Yeah. Yes. And he's always quite funny because he sounds so old school. When he's like, I've got this tape and I'm going to try it out on this tape. And it's like NWA tape or something.
Yeah, I know. And he's a big hip hop head. it's like, oh yeah, NWA, Eric B and Joaquin.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Is in the last video there was some dust on something, and he was like, "Oh, that's just cocaine. Don't worry about that." Just don't expect it. It's like what?
in that kind of that northern accent, it's like, oh, it's just cocaine.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, he's good. My name's somewhere in his credits.
Nice.
Hidden in there somewhere. Yeah, I like him. And as Larry's fallen asleep, what games have you been playing, Larry? Or tell us about your Airblade, Dyson Airblade. What's going on with that?
I've been on holiday for a week, so I haven't touched it, mate. So it's been in the.
Oh, you went to Yarmouth, didn't you?
I went to Yarmouth, yes, and I went up to Norwich. I went right near you and decided not to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks, Larry. I saw you go past. I waved to you. But
don't look! Don't look!
Don't
you haven't noticed him.
Shocking. What did you do in Yarmouth?
I had. Not doing well. I didn't go to the arcades. They're all shit now. Arcade, bloody hell. They're all bloody penny full machines, or sort of anything. Basically, everything redemption machines. The whole arcade. There was just 2 arcade machines I found in the whole place, and they're both in Hemsby.
Yeah. Oh, I went a few weeks ago, and there's all their retro ones are pretty much gone, aren't they?
Yes. Apparently, the Pleasure Beach has got an original Ridge Racer still.
Has it?
Yes. Because Darren from Retro Games sent photos of it. I saw on Facebook yesterday. So yeah, but I forgot I didn't go there.
Yeah, that's probably the only arcade I missed because it's out of the way.
Yeah, it's right. It's right in the back of the place. And most of it's always. Like, I went right at the end of the season, so it was mostly gated as well, so I couldn't even get in there. So yeah, Hemsby's got 2 arcade machines. They got that buck shooting one, hillbilly one. They got that. They got that giant new Space Invaders one, the one where you sit with a cannon in front of a LED screen.
Yeah,
and that's it.
It's a shame.
The best place to go is all the old holiday parks around the coast, like caravan parks. They've always got like a little arcade section, and there's some near Backton. They've got like Chase HQ and Street Fighter 2.
Wow!
And, like all the old cabinets. A lot of them are completely buggered, but some of them are working. They seem to be the best places.
Maybe I wonder what travelling carnivals as well.
What's that? Carnivals?
Travelling carnivals.
Travelling carnivals.
I remember they used to be amazing, the travelling carnivals. They used to have so many good things. That's why I very first ever played like the Turtles arcade games, everything like that, like the real obvious ones. Simpsons arcade, really, really good places to go.
They always had that little horse racing one. When you could bet 10p on.
Yeah, you watch the little plastic horse.
Yeah. Love that.
Come on, you bloody horse! I'll put 2p on you.
I liked how all the horses just look the exact same, but they'd all just have little tags on them that's just saying like Pat Edery, Peter Scooter, or Lester Piggott, and all that.
You always get one going really slow, and then right at the end, you just fly past everything.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that was a noise of British arcades, wasn't it? Listening to "Oh My Darling Clementine" in the background.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah.
Place your bets now, please.
Yeah.
I remember possibly about a year ago in Hastings, near where I live. There's big arcades down there, and they had a Ferrari F355 challenge cabinet, and they still had the Dreamcast VMU slot on there. And I was like, oh my god, next time I come here, I'm gonna have to bring my VMU. And that was about 2 months ago. And I was like, oh yeah, I've got to get that VMU. I went down there, and they'd actually put a big panel over it so you couldn't get to it. It was still there, and it even had the big thing that pops up on the screen. Don't forget to put in your VMU. I'm like, well, I can't. Like, you blocked it.
Bloody sticking stuff. Like lolly wrappers in there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But are you still planning on doing your Southend arcade thing?
Oh yeah. I've been doing like bits of research here and there. It's not going to come out till next year because I want to get some equipment first. Still, I'm saving up to buy like a Canon 5D.
Okay.
Probably just used, but yeah, I need to save up like $2,000 for that. And once I get that, and plus all the other shit I've got, then I'll actually start filming it.
Nice.
Because I kind of want to show it at like the film festival around here and stuff like that as well, as opposed to just putting it on YouTube.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. You want to speak to a guy on YouTube called Retro Repair? He lives in Southend. He repairs arcade machines.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few. There's still a couple of cool places to look at around here. I mean, there's still Astro City. I mean, kind of sad thing about that is less open to the public now. Like, it's mostly just for private events. So I think they still have a couple of like public evenings where it's like you just pay and it's like free play.
Oh, what? So people hire out the entire arcade?
Yeah.
Just for like. Okay.
And there's a couple of decent ones. I mean, the Happy Drome's got some like cool retro stuff in it. Like it's got like Pac-Man, Space Invaders, a couple of pinball machines.
Electric
Are they sort of... Sorry, go on, Gary.
Oh, I said Electric Avenue used to be quite good for arcades.
Yeah, Electric Avenue's still alright for the modern ones. It's not what it was. I mean, most of the others are pretty crap though.
Are these like? So are any of these arcades in good condition? Are they like proper run down, like how you would envisage them?
I think it depends on the place. I think that the Happy Drome, because the thing with the Happy Drome, it never used to be much of an arcade in the past. Like, what they more used to have, like, bingo and stuff like that, as opposed to arcade machines, but I guess they must have got a new owner a few years ago. So when I went in there, the arcades generally looked in pretty good nick. And I think Electric Avenue mostly keeps their stuff up to snuff. I wouldn't say much about, like, Mr. B's or Sunspot or whatever, but I think most of that stuff's pretty buggered.
Okay.
And the Curzon's got some stuff as well, which is, it's okay.
Yeah.
But only okay.
Well, you haven't told us what you've been playing yet, Larry. Still,
oh,
we've got to arcades.
Thank you. Yeah, okay, yeah. You hijacked my conversation, didn't you? I finished Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Finished that, and we're playing a bit of multiplayer of that. And I've been playing Sonic Mania, a little bit of Sonic Mania. And that's about it, really.
Nice.
It's that. Oh, I mean, I bought my DS on holiday, and I was playing 3D Sega arcade games.
Yeah, cool.
It's only the one volume in the UK, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
Is that the one with Outrun and the like?
It's not on the disc. It's not on the cartridge. You have to buy that.
Oh dear. Oh, okay.
Download that.
What's on the cartridge?
One of the best 3D games you could possibly get for the 3DS as well. It looks incredible.
Outrun. Yeah, I've
put the 3D up.
They got Sonic 1, Thunderblade, Galaxy Force, Power Drift, Fantasy Zone 2.
Of all the games, why did they do Thunderblade so early on? Do people like that game really?
I love Thunderblade. That's awesome.
Really?
Yeah. I think the original arcade Thunderblade is pretty cool.
I think I like the Mega Drive one because
the music.
At one point that's all I had to play.
Yeah. Well, that's the first ever Mega Drive game ever made, isn't it? Thunderblade.
One of them, yeah. Yeah, it's like Latin Space Harrier 2 are like the very first ones.
Was the very first for a little while as well, wasn't it, in Japan, I think?
So were they before Altered Beast?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay.
I think maybe Super Shinobi was before that as well.
No,
that was
Altered Beast was third.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. And then the fourth one was Osamatsu-kun.
Yeah, Kun, yes. I bought that as a kid. Didn't understand a bloody thing that's going. It's one of those games that you're playing it, you think you're playing it wrong, and you're not.
Yeah, you're just like, what the hell's going on here? It's so badly made.
So what about Afterburner? Is Afterburner a separate purchase as well? Because you can get that, can't you?
No, I think that's on there.
Not on the cartridge, you can't.
Is it not?
No.
Ah, okay.
No. They got a port of Maze Hunter 3D from the Master System on it.
That's the 3D glasses game, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can play it on a 3DS without any glasses. It's quite
nice,
impressive. And they also, I think, the Master System version of Fantasy Zone 2 as well. I think you can play on there.
Okay,
that's a series I'd like to cover one day. The Fantasy Zone games.
Yeah, it's the complete history.
Absolutely,
do it.
Deserves it.
I think so. I didn't really know much about them when I was younger. I definitely played one of them on the Master System, but I just completely did not know about them until probably the internet came along. Just completely fell under my radar. But they're good games.
Such a colourful game on the Master System, isn't it? It's like
yeah.
It was the game I used to compare to NES games because it just shows the palette of the system compared to Nintendo's.
Absolutely.
Oh, one thing I almost forgot to mention. Yesterday, I managed to buy a copy of Squidge. Although not the Spectrum one, the C64 one. But it was in
Jason.
Yeah, not the one by Jason. It was
it's by Jason. I think it was the Commodore 16 one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got by Jason written on it.
Mm.
He was only 12 years old as well, that guy, the kid who made that one.
Oh, bloody hell. He does look pretty young.
Hmm.
But yeah,
What's it called?
I saw
Squidge?
the Spectrum version of it anyway is the worst game ever made. It's literally unplayable.
Okay.
As in,
Is
I'm
it
not even oversaying literally.
Is it that bird game, the one which is stuck in the
Giant
walls?
pigeon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Giant pigeon.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you mean.
You literally have to put a poke in order to be able to control it.
Yes. I remember watching your video about it, actually.
Which got ripped off by someone in China.
Your video?
Well, no, not the video itself, but some guy in China, like a Chinese angry video game nerd or whatever, did a video on Squidge, because I got like weirded out one day because suddenly on my Squidge video there were a load of comments in Chinese, and apparently it was this guy saying, "Oh, this Chinese video guy did a video on Squidge, which is very similar to yours."
Wow, you've got to
The
send
same
that
things
over.
in it.
You got Watch Mojo, did you?
Yeah.
Kim?
I just thought it was really like someone in China of all places, like on
Yeah,
Chinese YouTube.
All I
Is
can
it
picture
Spectrum
is
even
a
go to
Chinese
China?
James Rolfe. That's all I can
Yeah.
imagine, a Chinese James Rolfe.
Yeah, pretty much.
do they know what the Spectrum is over there?
Well,
They probably copied it. So.
Well, no, I mean this guy. I mean the guys. the video that the guy did was pretty professional, and he had all the stuff.
Did he?
Yeah, he had like a copy of the game, and he was putting it in a Spectrum. And he did catch one thing that I didn't catch, in that the artwork for Squidge is the same as the artwork for Obitus, old Psygnosis game, which I didn't include in my video. I missed that.
And it's also stolen from a book under a calculating sky.
Ah,
I wrote a script for it and I never put it out. So.
Brilliant.
Do you reckon there's like loads of like Chinese people out there? You know the way we are, where
I
we
reckon there's
import
loads.
Yeah, there's probably
Well, yeah.
There is loads of Chinese people. You raise.
Well,
well, yeah, obviously, yeah, there's about 1 billion of them. Yeah.
where we import
Well,
loads
yeah,
of
there
like
must be. I mean,
consoles. Yeah, they import that stuff from us.
yeah, I think there must be because I mean, this video it had a lot of comments, so I think whoever the guy was must be popular. But I mean, it was obviously not on YouTube because I think YouTube's banned in China. I mean, you can get it on proxy, but it was on some Chinese video sharing website.
There's like an Amstrad GX4000 community in China.
There may well
Yes.
be. Must be.
You'll have to tell Novabug about it. See what they think.
I saw a 464 Plus at a boot fair this morning. You don't see that every day. Yeah.
No.
How much was it?
£75 with the monitor
Oh,
It's a bit steep.
Yeah,
and burning rubber.
Of course.
I think I won't pay any more than 50 really for a monitor.
Yeah, I picked mine
75
up for
seems
about
steep.
50. I think I got mine off Facebook.
Only good thing I suppose about getting it from a boot set is that with the monitor you don't have to worry about ridiculous shipping.
Yeah.
Or some
Yeah.
arsehole bloody breaking it on the way to your place
Yeah.
and shipping.
But then you don't even know if it works, do you?
Well, it's only down the road. I could go back there and he's there every week.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
Somebody had I remember years ago I went to a boot and they had a coffee top arcade thing with Dragon Ninja on it. Oh, fun. It was £50. Parents wouldn't let me have it.
no.
You know?
Harsh.
Fitting. Yeah.
Someone had the
Scumbag.
most awesome, like, this was a long time ago at a boot sale. It was in the Lee one, actually. But someone had, like, mint condition, like fucking C64. Tons of games, tons of magazines, like, everything. And I was just looking at it, like, going... And I was kind of hopeful, just thinking, oh, how much is it? And he's like, £700 for the lot, mate. No,
Is that
okay. He basically just brought it around there to show it off.
What I hate doing is, you know, I do the thrifts videos where I go to car boots. Whenever I'm editing the video, I always see stuff which I've missed, like really good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ, what was I doing?
People pointing it out to you in the comments as well.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
point out stuff. They're like, "Why did you leave that?" I'm like, "What? Oh God!
Oh, you missed that copy of Stadium event.
Yeah, exactly.
Caught slipping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
£5. What are you thinking?
One day I'm just gonna something like that will happen one day, and I'll just lose it completely.
He was a proper know-it-all as well, this guy at the boot fair. We was chatting, and he's like, "Oh, what games you after?" And that, and I was like, "Oh, you know, whatever." And I said, "You got any 32X games?" He's like, "No." And I said, "I used to have a copy of Knuckles Chaotix, actually." He's like, "Oh, how much do you sell that for?" I mean, well, it was a couple of years ago. I sold it. I think it was like 120 quid on eBay. I think it went for. And he goes, "What'd you buy it for?" I was like, "Oh, £15, like 15, 20 years ago, like a crazy long time ago." "Oh, mate, you got mugs right off." I don't think I did. Like, that was a pretty tidy profit. That goes for like 400 quid nowadays. Does it? I don't know if it does.
It does. I bought one not long ago and I paid 50 for it.
Well, a complete Knuckles.
No, just a cartridge.
Oh, no, I had a complete copy, but still, like, fuck off, mate.
Yeah.
He just brought this stuff. Did he have anything worth buying? Or was it all just to show?
No. He had a crap ton. But he did say to me originally, people might know who I'm talking about if you live locally. He goes, "Yeah, we cleaned out Level Up." I'm like, okay. And I was saying, "Are you talking about Level Up Games in Canterbury?" "Oh, no. I meant this other shop in somewhere else, like really far away." I'm like, what is this guy on? What is he? Is he just talking complete shit to me? Like, because I know who Level Up Games are. I go and see them quite a lot on my lunch break. They're very close to my work. But yeah, I mean, it was all okay. Nothing was cheap. You know, it was all okay pricing.
Yeah.
He had about 500 crates of Skylanders toys and PlayStation 1 games for £3 to £5 each. But you know,
everywhere's bloody PlayStation 1 games now. You're lucky to get anything before that boot sale.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he had
sometimes not even then. I mean, not the boot sales like local to me, unless I somehow get to Basildon or whatever before like 10 o'clock, which I can't usually.
Have you been to that game shop that opened up to you recently that they banned Top Hat Gaming from?
I've not been there for a couple of months actually. I have been meaning to go again, but yeah, no, God, that was a funny story. Because like Top Hat, yeah, he messaged me and was like, "Oh, you know, what's that shop like in Southend?" And I was like, "Yeah, no," or in Lee rather. And I was like, "Yeah, it's a really good shop. It's, you know, they got loads of stuff. They always seem to be getting new stock in." And I said, "Oh, it's worth following him on Twitter because the guy always posts like videos of what he's got in." And so you can like see what he's got, and plus you can check the opening times. So he's like, "Oh yeah, cool, I'll do that." And then 10 minutes later, he comes up saying he's blocked me. And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Why?
I think it was because I think the main reason was because Top Hat had been kind of making like some comments about resellers. But I mean, he didn't mean like all resellers. He just meant like, you know,
American, really.
Yeah, like the really blatant ones, which, you know, someone like Retro Hunter isn't really. But I guess it's all silly misunderstanding. Probably the sort of thing that could easily be cleared up. But
over a nice cup of tea.
Yeah, over a nice tea.
Over a nice suplex.
Meet me in Lorraine 1-on-1. Like KSI versus Joe Weller or some shit like that.
Your wrestling video, Kim, that was good. I enjoyed that.
No,
I haven't been into
it.
wrestling for years, but that was good to watch.
Who was the wrestler who liked it? By the way, you said somebody.
Oh, it wasn't a wrestler as such. It was the guy. In the main event, you know, there's the guy who looks like a miniature King Kong Bundy.
Yeah,
it was him.
Oh,
and he was the one who said about it. And he said, "Oh, thank you," because no one, whenever like people talk about it, they always they never say like who it is, or they say it's like someone who it's not. Like a lot of people say it's like the guy who ran the show, or like it's someone who was with King Kong Bundy at the time. But actually, because I looked at like the old observers and PW Tortures, I was able to find out, oh, that's who the guy's name is. And he was able to tell me kind of a lot of interesting stuff actually about the show, which I'm probably going to be putting in a video at some point. He also gave me the name of someone else to contact who was a referee on the show, which I've been meaning to do. And so I might do like a little postscript.
Nice.
Just covering some of the stuff I missed.
Maybe you could ask if you could do an interview with him.
Oh, I did ask, but apparently he said he's not in that super peak condition, so he said no, but that would be perfectly willing.
Oh, he's not well enough to talk.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry, Kim, I can't talk to you. I'm not in peak condition.
Maybe he's had. I don't know. Maybe he's had throat cancer.
Possibility.
Maybe it's that weird sort of thing about wrestlers. They've got that weird code, haven't they, that you can't sort of
maybe,
sort of pry,
yeah, something like that. I imagine, but he said like he gave me a lot of stuff like in text form, and said, perfectly willing to put that on, like you're allowed to. So I was like, yeah, cool.
It's good.
So I will do that.
Nice.
At some point in the next month, probably.
There you go.
So what's next?
Oh, sorry, I was going to say there was a wrestling management game for the Amiga, and I can't find anything about it.
Not Micro League Wrestling.
No, it's not that.
No,
I bought it at a car boot sale. I think it's a homebrew thing, but I can't find anything about it.
Interesting.
So was it based on any particular type?
No,
of it?
It's made up. It's made up wrestlers. You just choose a list of moves, and then you start them at the wrestler at the right time.
For the Amiga,
Doesn't that sound like
But-
something like
A homebrew
based off
game.
one of the old TNMs, maybe, or something like that?
Possibly, it's very basic sort of
Hmm.
animation and stuff. I could barely remember. I mean, it's just one of these things that
Just one
sort of this Bears world where only you remember it, nobody else does.
I've just got a load of a shed load of PD Amiga discs, so I will look through them and see what I
Yes,
can
it's
find.
definitely called Wrestling Manager anyhow. So
Okay. Keep my eye
as
out.
well. Such a basic title, Christ.
yeah, it can't be too hard to find a list of PD Amiga games. I mean, half of them have got like sound bites from Red Dwarf in them, haven't they? So,
Yeah.
oh. So there you go. So what are we talking about now? Because we are obviously this is a podcast rather than talking about our own personal lives. And
Pretty much the same thing, isn't it? The podcast.
Well, the first topic is PewDiePie.
Oh yes.
Oh, I'm going to skip out for this one.
Oh,
Well,
I'm going to make a cup of coffee.
Pat's trying.
I feel like Kim's obviously got a fair bit to talk about because obviously you put up that video recently, didn't you, Kim, talking about it?
Yeah, I did.
did you get any vitriol from the comments?
Oh God, lots. But
You're
not
just
the
generally
usual
more
that I got.
subscriber than you.
I mean, I haven't got like the biggest opinion on it all. I have seen the clip, obviously, as I'm sure everyone has. I don't think it was intentional. I think it's like sometimes when you're trying to make especially I think for maybe Twitch streamers, I can only imagine this is you're trying to be clever and say something different that you don't normally say to keep make yourself not sound too mundane. And I think that word just popped out. I don't think he meant to say, and I don't even think it's a word that he says regularly, and that's why a lot of people think that.
He's far from the first Twitch streamer that I've seen do it. I've seen plenty others.
I think most people are just out for a witch hunt. Someone does something off the tongue, and then people just think, "Oh, I know, we can get this person." And most people who are complaining seem to be middle-aged white people, and it's
drama channels as well. So
drama channels eat that shit up.
Yeah, it's just something to talk about.
I mean, obviously, what he did was utterly stupid. Like, I mean, it's like, geez, try.
Well, it's a word that nobody sort of has used for decades as well, really, in that context.
Clearly, it wasn't intentional, but I mean,
it just
it does. I suppose it raises questions why he has that in his derogatory vocabulary.
Yeah,
but then when you're playing games online, I mean, how often do you hear it? Like loads.
Well, I'm white, so I never hear it really, but.
Well, no, but I mean, like if you like watch videos of like people playing games online, I mean, it's all like you get like all teenage boys and that all like going, "Oh, you fucking N-word, blah 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 blah."
Yeah, it's morely about the sort of sexual things. Isn't
it? It doesn't even matter like if like everyone in it, like chances are everyone who's playing the game is white, but it still gets thrown around.
Yeah, and the more people draw attention to it and talk about it, that's the more power it gives to the whole thing, doesn't it? I mean, if you just ignore it, then it becomes powerless and just something else that happens.
Yeah, I agree totally.
Yeah, I don't think he meant to say it. I don't think it's something that he normally says. I think it just popped out because he was trying to come up with something to say and he was stressed out and he didn't mean to say it. I think that's all it is. But
he did immediately apologise as well.
He did and he made like a proper apology video. Like he didn't try to defend himself in any way. He made excuses. He just said, "Yeah, I did a really stupid thing, and I'm sorry." And
I don't think you could take anything out of what he said in that. I think that was an absolutely fine apology. He didn't do anything wrong in that apology.
It wasn't like a fake apology. I mean, he did
or a joke one. Or anything,
he wasn't like, "Oh, I'm sorry." It was, he was genuinely like, "Shit, I fucked up." Because I mean, he did fuck up, and I mean, some people say, how much of an effect will it have on us? I mean, probably won't be as bad as the Wall Street Journal stuff was. Mainstream media doesn't seem to have picked up on it as much as.
Maybe they just think it's beating a dead horse now.
Yeah, I don't know.
It makes it them bad.
And I mean, and obviously there was all the other shit with like the guys who made Firewatch, Campo Santo, which I really didn't like because that to me is just copyright abuse. Like it's nothing to do with copyright what you're doing there, and plus you put up when they did their website, you put up a thing saying, "Oh yeah, we don't mind who stream it, do let's plays, monetize it." You can't retroactively roll that back.
Just PR, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just PR.
Look at us. Look at our stars.
I just don't. I thought it's completely pointless, to be honest. I mean, they're just they're doing it for themselves. I mean, I'm not going to let them play my videos anymore. It's like a drop in the ocean. I think everyone and their mother will fall over themselves to get that space for PewDiePie to play their game.
Yeah.
So too bad. It's cutting your own nose off to spite your face, really.
Yeah, I mean, the man's got 57 million subscribers.
Yeah.
I don't want him playing my video game.
Yeah. I think
you want to play your car racing game?
Yeah.
The only PewDiePie video I've ever seen in full, I saw one where he played one of my favourite games ever. He played Guitaroo Man.
Yeah.
It's like a nostalgia play, and it's like, oh, PewDiePie's played Guitaroo Man. And that's like the only video I've ever seen of his.
Yeah.
Did you have to wear earbuds for that as well?
It was actually it was a more recent one, so it was actually fairly calm in it.
Oh, okay.
No, but what's the other one that screams at the beginning of every single one? The one with the green septic eye, or whatever it's called.
Jacksepticeye.
Yeah. You can see it's crazy, isn't it? Because like we're all quite like well known in regards to like this whole retro gaming thing, but the whole Let's Play thing is a completely different ball game. And when I tell people that I'm a YouTuber, I make like video game history videos and stuff, their mind just goes straight away to my kid likes watching Let's Plays. That's not what I do.
It's like you watch Minecraft YouTubers and you think, what's going on here? There's like a whole ecosystem of millions of subscribers for people.
And then you feel really bad about your video. It's just hit like 50,000 and you look at theirs, they're in the millions and it went up last week. You
think, screw this, I'm just going to do some Minecraft recording.
Yeah, I mean, I watch a lot of stuff from like the FIFA community for my sins.
Or KSI, eh?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't do FIFA anymore, but a lot of other people like that. And it's just like this completely different world where like just millions of people watch these videos, even though they're like all the same. But I think it's kind of a guilty pleasure.
You don't watch those card videos, do you? Where they do cards. They're random cards. Oh,
I have done, and it's like, just wait and see. I mean, some of them totally fake it, and it's blatant. Like it's like, oh god, I just got Legend Team of the Year Ronaldo.
Yeah, I gotta say that. Did you see that video? That guy got so excited. He got a Ronaldo card. He threw his chair at the television.
Rotashaw. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know who it is. I have shit taste in everything. I'm subscribed to all the Sidemen's channels.
I think it's just. I think the majority of the views are just because they get a lot of children, don't they? A lot of kids watching them, and that's the massive audience. Yeah. And we're probably in one of the only sectors where kids just don't watch our stuff.
Well, yeah,
so,
when I looked, when I looked a couple of months ago, like my target audience, my demographics, my biggest age group was 26-35, which surprised me.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, it's probably the same with mine as well. Yeah, absolutely. And then you got those channels that play with toys as well.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
Oh god, yeah.
What kind of toys are we talking about?
Woody and Buzz. No. They're like really, 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 really bad. Like it just popped on after like we had some Disney sing-along thing that was playing off the Disney YouTube thing for my son, and then like this video pops up.
Son,
Well, I don't care. I watch that stuff as well. I'm all about that. But they were so bad. It was like the Paw Patrol went over to someone and they found some mini eggs inside another case, and as they kept opening the mini eggs, there were toys that they kept. I'm like, what is going on? This is so bad.
And it almost seems to the point where even like the kids seem to be like faking their enthusiasm because it's happened so many times.
Yeah.
And they're going to go up to the most spoiled people.
Nightmare there.
Yeah, my 2-year-old son was trolling me. Do you like it? He's like, yeah, it's really good. But I couldn't believe it, and that's another channel. It was like in the millions of views, like millions. I've just done my Sega Guitar Sunshine video that I put up last week is like nearly at 50,000, and that's a really good video for me. These are in the millions, and they went up like 2 weeks ago, and they've done like 5 videos since then. I'm like, jeez, they could like own a monopoly board of houses. What they're probably getting out.
I mean, I've got into watching like people who do like food tours, and as soon as I started watching that, like. Who's like people like there's one called Strictly Dumpling who I really like, and he kind of goes around like Asian countries like China, Japan, Korea, and I look at that and I look at all that stuff and I think, geez, I got into the one business because he's got nearly 1 million subscribers, plus he's got a bunch of other channels which have got nearly 1 million subscribers, and he's just going around eating awesome looking food ever, and it's like, fuck, damn it,
yay. Yeah, it's mental. The only food channel I watch is Steve 1989.
Oh god, yeah, guy who had the 120 odd year old cracker.
Yeah. I mean, I can connect with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, he does like MOEs and shit.
He does.
I watched that Simply Sarah cooking. I don't know if you've seen her videos.
Yes, I know Simply Sarah. I mean, obviously infamous for the macaroni salad.
Yeah, it's just like 1,000 calories a scoop, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. Just pours literally a whole jar of mayonnaise into it.
Yeah, whole
that kind
bag of sugar, yeah.
I think she's done... I was happy to see that she's doing a lot of other videos which aren't quite as disgusting.
Just, you can actually eat them.
Yeah, just like typical like American like sort of good old Southern cooking.
It just sounds like that bloke who... What's that Man Against Food program? He just eats loads.
Man versus
Food. I can't stand that sort of thing. It's just...
I just looked up Epic Mealtime to see what they're up to, and I was they're losing like 4,847 subscribers on average every month.
Yeah, I think they stopped doing it, didn't they? It's a dead channel.
Oh.
I believe.
How many did they have, subscribers?
They're at 7 million.
So why would they stop it? That's crazy.
It's pretty full on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe they spoke to their doctor and the doctor said, maybe stop doing this.
Maybe they're dead.
Adam Richmond, that's his name. Man versus Food
guy. He stopped doing it because he went to his doctor. He doesn't do that anymore.
But if you had like 7 million subscribers, you'd just do something else, wouldn't you? You'd just be like...
Well, to be fair, I do think the big bearded guy in Epic Times a Let's Player now. That's normally where everyone goes to die.
Yeah. The retirement home. It's like Ray William Johnson. I mean, remember when he used to be like the number one on YouTube?
Yeah.
That's
he gets like a couple of thousand now per view, like nothing. And I actually follow him on Facebook, and he actually updates, like, you know, you do those like what you've been up to today. You can do like pictures or videos of what you do every day, and people can see. Yeah, he does those, and it's just like, yeah, sorry guys, it's not going to be a video today. And I'm like, no one's watching this. This is insane.
It's over.
But didn't he get because that is fully like, I suppose, copywriting, isn't it? Because he is basically just taking other people's content, like literally full on other people's content, like free clip every single.
Yeah, he's just he's no better than those. I mean, he's only slightly more energetic than those reaction videos, really, isn't it?
That's like that typical. I think the big guy does it on Facebook is a guy called SoFlo, isn't it? And he you'd steal a video off YouTube, you put some like white bars saying, "Oh, this is totally what I'm like when I'm driving," and then just put the video up, and it's like, hey, millions of views. No credit to whoever originally did it, of course.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Well, I know he was in a podcast, Ray William Johnson, with this Asian girl that was his girlfriend, and they split up. She ended up being in the Ant-Man movie, so she done quite well for herself. And he's like gone off the other end, like really badly. But he ended up being in a movie that he was really excited about, with the handicapped kid from Breaking Bad.
The one who looks like Matt Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he basically done a movie with him. I assume it came out, like, I don't know. And now he does a stand-up, but he's always on tour, so he's obviously just YouTube's just totally like not his, what he wants to do. He's released a few graphic novels as well.
That's interesting.
Well, he done that music band thing, didn't he? My Favourite Martian.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's funny, I guess, maybe things are not as dead as they appear and just gone into other things, I suppose.
There you go.
Speaking
Well, I think a lot-
this, here's something. What about the whole thing with what is it? Gerard? Is it the completionist? That one video gamer? What about all that shit that went down? Like half his videos have to go because the guy said you can't. One of the guys who used to be in it said, you know, you can't use these videos anymore. You can't have these vids up on the
Yeah,
the
it's a
channel.
big old legal thing now.
You have to explain to everyone that doesn't understand what you're talking about. I'm one of them. I completely don't know what this is about.
I don't.
There's a one of that. It's a retro channel on YouTube. That one video game. It's called. He does kind of.
Is it a completionist?
Yeah, completionist.
Okay.
I can't remember the guy's name, but there was a guy who used to be on his team and used to and featured in a lot of videos of him, but they fell out for whatever reason. I don't know if
Because he wasn't paying him enough. He wasn't giving him the...
not giving them the paper.
No, they weren't splitting the revenue right.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that happened. What, about a year ago?
A
Right.
couple of years ago, that was.
A couple of years ago. But then, the guy popped up again and then spoke to Gerard and said that all the videos that I was in, which is a lot of them, you have to get rid of. You have to unlist them. So that's a big chunk of his videos gone. And like some people are saying, you know, what do you do? Like, do you go through all those games again?
Is that like a legal thing then? Is that, can he...
Well, it's YouTube, isn't it? I mean, anybody, you can go on any video and say, that's mine. And they'll
Yeah.
believe. So that's sort of...
I mean, that's the thing with the whole DMCA stuff. Like, there's really not been any big case that the DMCA has been tested in. I mean, there was... Obviously, we had, like, Sterling homicide, but that was just homicide.
The H3H3 guy as well.
H3H3, and again, same thing, and H3
Nice win there.
Yeah, there could have been one with obviously the recent PewDiePie thing, but PewDiePie chose not to pursue it, and I guess Gerard's like chose not to pursue it there, because I mean, I guess that even if you have a case, the legal costs
Yeah.
could potentially, you know, sue you up, and then what if you lose?
Yeah, it's a big thing.
And Epic Mealtime are still releasing videos.
Oh, really? I thought the channel was dead.
Shrimp clusters, handle it. Epic calorie cluster, cowboy cornbread cupcakes. Yeah, they're still releasing videos. But yeah, that main guy is now the original gamer, which I'm assuming is a Let's Play channel with 190,000 subscribers.
Which isn't much considering how many they had in their prime.
Yeah.
And I mean, how much?
7 million.
I mean, 7
Well,
million
that's what they got
subscribers.
now, but I bet they had a lot more.
No, I mean, if they got 7
Yeah.
million people watching their main channel and only 190 have decided to go to their gaming channel, I mean, that's that's less than 1%, isn't it?
I mean, plus 7 million subscribers, recent videos, shrimp clusters, 1 day ago released 30,000 views. I mean, that's bad. 5 days ago, video released 123,000. Yes. When you consider, like, you look at, like, fast food lasagna, Epic Mealtime, 6 years ago, 29 million.
Yeah, that's pretty full on, isn't it?
Have you heard of that channel called Jogwheel as well? They were like that.
Jogwheel.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah, he used to do that in the early days of YouTube. He done those will it microwave things. You know, what happens if on a microwave this and that. And
Oh, what kind of
Remember
like
that
Will It
video?
Blend fight guy?
yeah, but he
Yeah.
was doing like, what happens if you put so and so in a microwave? And he was getting loads and loads of views. And he suddenly decided, no, I'm going to start doing movie reviews now. And like, the whole audience just disappeared.
They're really, really well made
Yeah.
videos, but it's just completely different content than what people were there for in the beginning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you can see him like fully blaming the YouTube algorithm over that.
Yeah, but no.
Well,
I think it's an
if-
easy thing to blame, isn't it? Yeah.
If you push a channel at a certain demographic and then you switch it completely, then the algorithm's gonna.
And that's
What's
what
yeah? I mean, what do you expect?
Maybe you should just put the films he doesn't like in the microwave.
yeah, just
Yeah,
that
at least
as-
make some connection to it.
yeah.
Start a new channel and say, look, guys, I've got a new channel. Subscribe to that if you want to see that sort of thing.
And also, he complained that he said, "Well, I tried bringing it back, and nobody watched it. So obviously not that." No, it's not that. Everybody's fucked off. They don't want to watch anymore. That's
Yeah,
what.
because between
lost the
500
game.
movie reviews, you've decided to microwave a DS or whatever.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
can't,
just-
you can't just spend like a year or whatever or more away from what you did and then be like, oh yeah, I'm back. No,
Yeah,
it don't
new
work
video.
like that.
Oh,
Especially,
nobody-
especially not with something like that, like Will It Microwave, when like the trends for that are so fast. Like it goes from like Will It Blend to Will It Microwave to watch
Hot knife.
someone hot knife to watch an iPhone being thrown off a building to
that
watch
press, that
people,
crushing thing.
the crushing
that pressure.
press, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Putting like toilet roll in that.
Yeah, that was massive over Christmas last year,
It was
wasn't it? That was all
huge.
it-
It was gigantic.
I used to work with one of those massive presses as well.
Did you? I'm surprised you didn't fall underneath it and almost
I almost died under one of those presses.
got pulled out last minute.
You could do
The
that as
next-
a story time vid.
Yeah. I might be doing a story time vid actually. 22nd of next month would be the 10-year anniversary of my TV show first airing.
Oh, cool.
Well, I say my TV show, like me and my mates'
talk
TV show.
about that at some point.
Yeah, I think that's what a perfect time, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
No one knows about it. Like practically no one. The amount of times I've like dropped a picture in there or dropped a little snippet in there in a random video, and no one knows what the fuck it is.
I put one in one of my videos once.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
I wonder who gave you that, Kim.
Yes.
I went for I went through like a crazy stint of watching like so many of your videos, even ones that I'd already seen, and even the ones I hadn't seen. That was while I was working. I was like listening to them, as well as like sometimes watching them, sometimes just listening to them. And I remember just looking over at the screen and just seeing my face. I'm like, hang on, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, and then you just like, what?
And you know, because obviously your videos tend to be on the longer side, especially back then. I was just like trying to get to that exact one point. I'm like, what is going on here? I was like, yeah, is this my channel? No, it's Kim's. Yeah, that was a nice shock.
A vlog coming up like next week, which is something I've not done before.
Ooh.
As in like a proper like daily vlog. Here's what I did last night, sort of thing.
Is this on your main channel?
It will be on the main channel. I'm just kind of I'm kind of testing stuff on the main channel. Perhaps then see, is it something that can go on the main channel, or do I want to put it on the second channel? Let's see how it goes. See what the general response is. Just as a secondary vid.
For me, when it comes down to things like vlogs, it's always how long they are and how they're edited. If it's what was before I say what I prefer. How are you doing it?
I mean, I've got it. It's all edited together. I mean, it's about just over 10 minutes, and it's literally it's kind of just a day in the life type thing. Like I was out like most of the day, and so I just filmed a bunch of shit. Like I played pool with a friend, went and bought Squidge, filmed that, saw a band later on, and yeah, just.
Was it on one of the postman dropped on the floor? It was.
Yeah, I get them outside my house all the time.
Yeah.
Massive pile of them.
Yeah, big pile of plastic bands.
Yeah.
But obviously, this isn't going to be taken away from your classic Kim Justice content.
Oh no, absolutely not. I mean,
is it going to be a regular thing?
Yeah, if people like it, then yeah. But it'll only ever be secondary stuff. I mean, I've got the next kind of. I've got a big wrestling video again that I'm working on, which is like a 50-minute one about a show that WCW and New Japan did in North Korea.
Oh, wow.
So kind of topical. But yeah, I'm such an interesting show. So it's the biggest wrestling show of all time, basically, because there was like 350,000 people watching it. Although not the biggest paid, because most of them were forced to go there.
Yeah, by gunpoint.
Yeah, literally, like the wrestlers like who were on the show did like an oral history of it for Sports Illustrated, and they said like one of them said, "Oh, look at all the audience that we've got," and apparently the driver said, "Yeah, they've all got to go there."
People getting shot in
Literally
said, if you don't go, you get shot.
Yeah. If you don't
Someone
go,
tries to leave,
your
you just
family's
sit
going
getting
in the
gunned
gulag.
down.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
So yeah, PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
No.
I'll tell you one topic we didn't actually discuss that's quite relevant is the old Ad-Apocalypse thing, round 2.
Yeah, because it has been a long time since we've done one of these podcasts. We're making it up as we go along, listeners.
It's the ad revenue's been very
forgot we've actually got
variable.
listeners on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Being selfish. Our own narcissistic lives. Did any of you get hit? I know Dan didn't get hit at all. Lucky so.
This one I didn't get hit, no.
I got hit for my video on AstroTit.
Yeah.
Which is a DOS game where you have to fire sperm, which I thought was reasonable. I took that. And another one where I was just talking about people in the comments being upset, which was talking about butt hurt, and that got done. And that, I was like, yeah, fine, fair enough.
What do you do? Take them down or just?
No, it's left. I'm not going to take. Even if it was a main video that got hit, I wouldn't take it down. I'd just leave it.
So for me, I've had a couple of copyright notices. Do you have that little thing pop up on the left where it says, you've got a copyright notice or whatever?
Oh, what are we talking about? Copyright? Are we talking about?
I don't
know.
Not suitable.
Is that how it works? I haven't seen what this.
No,
looks
it's
like.
not. It's not that, Dan. It's limited or no ads.
Is there something that comes up that says that though in your?
It's something did pop up on mine. It said you may have had some videos affected. Click here to look at them, and then you just click and it shows you a list.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I've had, let's see, what ones? Like Heroes of Wrestling. It's weird. Heroes of Wrestling, like, it has got not suitable for all advertisers, but I'm still getting revenue from it. So I'm guessing that's just limited.
Are you going to try and dispute that?
Nah, because there's lots of blood and shit in it, so
okay,
I can understand. Anything trans that I've done has been regulated.
Really? I thought I'd be saying nothing political whatsoever then.
No. Half-Life, Duke Nukem Forever, the PlayStation ads one, Doom, and my old WWE one. But most of my popular videos got it. One weird one I noticed that is I think my Postal commentary video I made for Postal, for Patreon, did get not suitable, but the actual Postal video hasn't, which is weird.
Yeah.
And my old uni projects have been dubbed not suitable. That's on there still. That I've got 500 views each.
It's weird, isn't it? Because I mean, LGR got loads of videos about floppy disks and things, and just like.
Did he spell discs wrong?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it makes you wonder how the algorithm works, though, because these videos contained nothing. Which
I've been told that if it doesn't understand the context, it will flag it.
Okay. So if it sees floppy, it's like, oh,
yeah.
See, I'm trying to think on my videos what could possibly get banned. Anything gone?
Okay, all the videos I have got with the word review in it have been claimed.
Wow.
And all the ones with the word wank in it as well. It's not because I was lazy. I mean, I changed it from Game Wank to GYWK, or the other ways. Yeah, I've done that. But basically, there is a glitch to actually get them removed as well. To get yes. What you need to do is set.
Should we be talking about this online?
Oh fuck it, I don't care. Set the video to unlisted and save it. Then go through the list to make sure there's no suspicious words. Or if you want, you just delete everything. Just delete the title and the comments and the tags. Delete everything and just put hello or something polite in that, just to make sure. And then file a claim. It's passed. It got bypasses the you need to have 1,000 views in the last 7 days.
Yeah,
it goes up for review, and sometimes it will actually just automatically be approved.
Is this why all your videos at the moment have got the title hello?
Yeah,
every single video.
Well, I thought my Assassin's Creed video review was flagged, and I thought, is it the word assassin or something? So I put Ubisoft game set in France review. So stuff like that. So
that's gone through now, is it? That's okay.
That one hasn't. That's still under review. But all my Games Yanks Can't Wank ones, well, I've just renamed it to GYWK. They've all been approved instantly.
Okay.
So yes, you need to just set them to unlisted and then delete the things and then claim.
Right.
And that seems to go through. So
have you got any GYWK things in the works?
I have got one.
Do you reckon there'll be another one before the end of the year?
I hope so. Well, I want to write one at the moment about the story behind why Mario Party 8 was recalled in the UK. The actual story about basically the history of why we can't use the word spastic anymore.
Okay.
Which I did.
That sounds like Larry content.
Yeah. So basically, the word spastic is basically the N word of the mentally disabled.
That might get flagged by the algorithm.
Oh, well, make sure you don't put it as a tag.
Yeah. Don't put that. In
the tag.
We're going to look up. Yeah. So I got to put up that. Another one I was thinking about doing is a video on why nobody makes movie licenses anymore.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic.
Yeah. So I'd like to do something on that. And another thing, somebody wrote to me. They're a translator for game ROMs. They translate into English like Japanese exclusive games, and people are stealing his work and then just putting them onto a ROM and then selling them on places, eBay and stuff. He's quite upset. So basically, it's killed the entire translation industry because these people keep stealing their work and trying to profit off it.
Yeah,
yes. So I'd like to do a video on that basically why retro gaming. There's a massive swindle on it now.
I realise
someone's going content cop.
Yeah, a little bit like that. I've been accused of ripping off iDubbbz once. So.
My bad.
Follows me on Twitter actually. Funny enough.
The old Dubsinator.
Yeah, he's a nice bloke in real life.
Yeah, he seems alright, actually.
Yeah, it's quite funny. Yes, that's the sort of things I like to do. I like to do some sort of explanation things like why this and that. They seem to be quite popular at the moment.
Yes, they do.
Yes. So I like doing Games Yanks Can't Wank. but it's such a pain in the ass to try and get Americans to watch a video because they don't understand it, because there's no nostalgia for it. That's why everybody's so focused on NES stuff, because that's the only stuff people watch. And there's only so many times you can do a video on Mario with really Doki Doki Panic.
Although you sent me that video recently, didn't you? The Doki Doki Panic history video on that, and I was like, someone's actually come along and done a video about that. That's interesting. After all of this time, you know, it's pretty much the first fact you find out about when you start looking into this sort of like community of videos. But yeah, that guy done a complete history, I suppose, on the whole Doki Doki Panic thing, and Doki Doki Panic, Doki Doki.
Oh, that bloke, yes, yeah, that's really good. He done in the actual event, didn't he?
Yeah, it's bloody good video, like a 10-minute video explaining it. It was really, really good.
Have you got a link to it?
I will put a link in the description, top comment of this podcast.
Okay.
If you're listening to it, I can't remember.
Oh.
I've put it on my Discord channel. I'll have to scroll up and find it later.
Oh, yeah, it's a really good video, yeah. He's talking about the history of the actual event built up to Doki Panic.
Yeah, it was a smaller, under 5,000 subscriber one. In fact, he's actually making my list of top YouTubers under 5K, so I'll have it in there somewhere.
Nice.
I'll find it. Yes, good channel. A lot of good stuff on there. GTV sounds about right.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
Yeah.
His logo used to be a picture of a Mega Man energy tank with a G on it. That rings a bell.
Yeah, I'll chuck a link for that one, guys. Go check that out. Very, very good.
Coolio.
Yes. Game topic number 2. We're really chilling out with this one, aren't we? We're just going wherever the conversation takes us.
Pretty much, yeah.
Our actual game topic number 2 is a video game series we used to love but fell out of love with. Dun dun dun.
I think they make so many sequels that they get a bit bored. I think I used to love Twisted Metal in the past and sort of drifted out with the sequels and that because they're not like the original game. I loved the first Twisted Metal. I loved the sort of the whole Americana thing about it, driving around the suburbs and stuff like that. And then they start turning it into this sort of twisted sort of gothic thing, and it just ruined the game for me. It wasn't fun anymore.
I don't know. I really liked World Tour, Twisted Metal World Tour number 2.
Yeah, that was good.
I love Black as well.
Yeah, that's Black was where it started going into the gothic thing. I think the last proper Twisted Metal game that was like all bright and vibrant was that Rogue Trip. That wasn't which is basically Twisted Metal 3 and all but licensed in name.
I was actually looking at doing a Twisted Metal complete history. I've been asked for it
so many times. Every time we bring up a game, I was thinking about doing
it. Jot it down.
But there's so many games I just didn't know existed. There's so many games. American-only released games for that franchise.
Yeah,
apparently they were really badly rated.
Never came out over here.
Would you do like rip-offs like WWE Crush Hour and that?
Oh, and that Star Wars one. What was it called? What was the Star Wars one called they done?
Racer? No.
Demolition, isn't it? Star Wars Demolition?
Something like that, yeah.
Demolition Derby.
Yeah, Vigilante 8 as well.
I was thinking of doing that as a complete history, actually.
Derby.
Destruction Derby. There you go. Video game series we used to love but fell out of love with. I'd actually say Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, it's only recently, in all honesty, I still end up buying all the fucking games. I remember the Wii ones, Sonic and the Secret Rings and the Black Knight, and I don't think they get probably a little bit too much hate, those games, because they are completely playable. They're not bad games, but they're those sort of games where you almost trick yourself to like them a little bit more than you should, because I definitely do. I'm playing them, I'm like, you know what, this ain't too bad, actually. It's not too bad. Then you go back and play Sonic 2, 3, 1, or CD and Knuckles, whatever, and you're like, fuck, this is where it's at. This is so good. And the last time I got burnt was when I bought Sonic Lost World, I think it's called, for the Wii U. And I was like, this is awful. This is so bad.
It's a shit Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, no, Mario Galaxy.
That's
yeah, it's awful. And I was like, you know, fuck this. And I even sold it. I'm really anti-selling my games, but I sold that. I'm like, you know, I'm not going to have this. This is awful. And then I didn't even bother looking into that Sonic Boom one that came out, which is also apparently really, really bad. Although the 3DS one's supposed to be really good. But
that Sonic Lost World's always in Humble Bundles as well. So.
Yeah. I actually won it on a Twitch stream that I randomly joined. I was like, let's have a look at this Twitch. Let's see what it's like. I was like, you can win the entire Sonic collection. I was like, yeah, go on then. I'll put my number down. Oh, fucking hell, I've won.
That was the only one who entered.
There's actually some Sonic games on Humble Bundle now, isn't there?
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
The Sega Namco collection, in it, like a bunch of pro developers together.
Yeah, Sonic 2 Adventure and Sonic Generations. There we go.
But I remember I would never, ever pre-order or get excited for a Sonic game again. And I finally saw Sonic Mania. I'm like, no, I'm not going to let myself get excited about it, And
pre-ordered an entire year before it came out.
Well, yeah, I know. I couldn't help it, and I eventually got it. And oh man, what a game! Finally.
Well, you were telling me, you got to pre-order it, Larry, because it's going to be sold out.
It did. It sold out straight away. It sold out straight away.
Okay.
It did because no, I didn't cancel it. But eBay. Yeah, it worked out quite nicely for me.
Scalpers.
Well, some people do that. They buy 3 copies and then sell 2, and that's enough money to get the third one.
The original. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I got any others? Any other series of games that you have fell out of love with?
Yeah. I could name Go on, Kim, you go.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I'll see Kim's bad taste corner. Yeah, I mean, God, I remember, like, one series, like, I played so much Championship Manager back in the day, like, ridiculous amounts. I mean, I'm not the sort of person who can play games for, like, hours at a time, but that one I did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Championship Manager 2 and 3, just so many hours in that game, but I don't know if it's just getting older or what, but the most recent ones of those are just so ridiculously in depth, it's beyond my comprehension. It's just
that's quite weird because normally they sort of just start dumbing them down later in the series, don't they?
No, this one just gets more in depth. Like there's so much, like if it's like where it used to be like there was usually pretty much only stuff happening on match days. Now it's like every day there's something like it's like you've got to talk to the media and do this, or some player's not happy, and to like actually do a transfer of a player takes like a good month of game time to talk to the agent, talk to the club, talk to the player, do all that sort of thing. And I tried to play the most recent ones, and they're just too much for me. I kind of like wish like there was like a football management option that was more like the sort
simple
of
mode.
Yeah, more like the Championship managers of old, or like the Premier Manager. Those would be my other favourite.
Just because they're not as straightforward, simplistic as the older ones were, where you could just almost pick up and play them slightly.
Yeah, there was a bit more pick up and play. I mean, it was still like the old Championship Manager was still like text-based games, pretty much. But I mean, obviously the series still has a lot of appeal. Certainly got a big core audience who like that it's so in depth. But I don't know, I just can't get into it. And I mean, the other one for me would be the WWE games. I mean, I can't.
Yeah, they always seem to be the same each year now, don't they? I mean,
I cannot think of another series that is more stale, really, than the WWE games that used to.
Rather than like FIFA games, or
no, I mean FIFA's so much more fresher. I mean, at least
is it true that they some of the same code in the original PS1 version still in the latest one?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the Mega Drive version.
No.
World Cup Italian Night is in there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at least FIFA, like normally, like there are some changes to the gameplay, even if they're not good ones, or they add things like the journey mode, like have the actual story thing. Whereas WWE is just the same game. It's just like, oh yeah, this one's got a bigger roster. It's like,
do you know a guy called It's My Yard who does wrestling videos on YouTube?
The name rings a bell.
Yeah, I used to do videos of him years ago. Basically, he done a video proving that they still use the same set pieces of animation from the original SmackDown games in the PS1 in the latest Xbox One versions.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
So some of basically the wrestlers who actually perform the moves have been dead for like 20 years and they still use them. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like you still find bits of commentary in there that must be 7, 8 years old now. Like, I think people have even. It wouldn't surprise me because apparently they say, the new game's got all new commentary. It wouldn't surprise me if suddenly like you just hear like Jerry Lawler pop up with something like, he's putting those educated feet to good use, which has been there for like a decade now.
Reminds me of the Formula 1 games with David, what's his name, wasn't it? You're right there, Murray.
Cool, Dad.
You're right there.
You're right there, Murray. Yeah.
Not one there.
You're saying about the games not being as like simplistic or whatever. As you were saying that, I was thinking of like the Command and Conquer games. I love those old school pixely looking Command and Conquer games like Tiberian Sun, the original Red Alert, the original Command and Conquer, and then you play like the later ones where you got to actually like spin the camera around and things like that of an RTS. You're like, I don't want to be doing all this.
Yeah.
And like hour and a half long bloody tutorials and stuff.
God.
Yeah, it just takes the fun out of it, doesn't it? It just drains it.
Yeah, it totally does. There's you can get a Command and Conquer like complete collection on like PC CD-ROM for like £10 or £20 roughly, but you only really want to play like the first half of the discs, like because the later ones just go on too much. Yeah,
it's all good old games, isn't it? Something like that. They do like box sets.
Was that your favourite Command and Conquer? Was it the Red Alert?
I loved Red Alert. It was brilliant. And I mean, I'm not a big RTS person at all. It's probably my least played genre, but I did like that one.
I was all about Tiberian Sun. I think that's just because that was the disc I had. But yeah, I think I was all about Tiberian Sun. I love that, and the cheesy cutscenes really made those games.
Yeah, I like action stuff.
Someone sent me the complete collection the other day, Command and Conquer.
Oh wow!
I've never played them. But,
oh wow!
I've never played them.
No, but it's always been something I'd like to get into. So I think I'll give it a whirl now.
Yeah. Literally put in the very first game. It's so easy to pick up and play, and they still look great because they're like probably the best looking pixel looking games they could probably be. You know what I mean? Before they started polygoning them all up and stuff. But
talking of old RTSs, another one for me actually would be Total War. I loved the original Shogun, like everything, like the campaign and that. And like the actual way that the battles played out, I just loved. And I didn't mind. The last one I really played was the original Rome, but again, it just got too complex for me after that. It just got too in depth. I have a small brain, so I can't really do real-time strategy that much.
I think even though it almost seems completely different, the greatest RTS game for me is the Pikmin games, which I know sounds crazy, but they are technically RTS games.
That sounds crazy.
My God, are you insane?
Freaking love Pikmin games. They're so good. Like the best thing Nintendo ever made.
Did you get the 3DS one?
No, I haven't played it yet. It's a completely different game though. It's a platformer, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not Pikmin in the slightest. It's one of those things that Miyamoto keeps going on about, that they've had a Pikmin game. It's nearly made, and that was well before the Switch came out. And I'm like, come on. They said that about Pikmin 3, and then the whole Wii came and went without him releasing it. I'm a little bit obsessed with those games. I've completed them all several times. I loved it.
Did you play the Wonderful 101? Because that was quite similar, wasn't it?
I've only played it slightly, but it's one of those games that you have to really stuck into to learn it. Pikmin was actually the first GameCube game I played as well, ever, on an imported GameCube.
Mine was Monkey Ball.
Oh, what a game. That's still completely pick up and play, that is. So good.
I've only got the one for the PS2, unfortunately, which isn't that great. It's like...
Well, that's deluxe, isn't it?
It's alright, but it's... I was kind of disappointed when I got it, because it's like, the frame rate's been cut. Because it looked so nice when I saw videos of it, and it's like, proper 50, 60 FPS, whatever. And it was cut in half. It's like, it's not as impressive now. I guess I need to get an Xbox one. Yeah,
that's really, really good. I've actually been speaking to the guy who was part of the development team for Monkey Ball Adventure, that one you was talking about, the platforming Monkey Ball game.
The RPG one.
They didn't want that. They started making that and realised it was bad, and went to Sega and was like, "Look, this is bad." But Sega just kept pushing them. No, you've got to make this game. Keep making it. And Sega forced their hand on that game to make that game, even though the developers were like, "This is not a good game." They made them finish it. So there you go.
Talk about frame rate. So I'm making a video at the moment, and I've been doing some research back on some old video cards, and there was one statement on a video card site, and it was like, we can achieve the perfect smooth frame rate of 13 frames per second across all games. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
We've come a long way.
Damn, we have come a long way.
Are you using that in the video, are you?
Yes, definitely.
Jesus.
Other video game series I used to love, but fell out in love with. Mortal Kombat for me.
Yeah, I never played. I got sent a copy of 10, but never played it.
I was really into the original Mega Drive, and I bought the 3, I think it was, on the Mega CD back in the day. Really, really liked those ones. And then when they started going all 3D of the N64 and stuff, even then I thought they looked crap. I mean, you look back at early Polygon games now, and you say, "Oh, they don't look good." But even then, I was thinking, these do not look good. They don't look fun.
Mortal Kombat 4 is not great.
Well, and that's like the third attempt at making a 3D Polygon fighting game, isn't it? They kept making experiment ones like War Gods and Bio Freaks, just trying to get it right for Mortal Kombat 4. Yeah. And that other one, that one where you play as Roman. No, I'm talking about Midway making.
Oh yeah, Midway. Okay.
Yeah, no, War Gods and Bio Freaks they made, and they also made another. I've forgotten it. You play like Romans and. Yeah, they kept trying to make all these prototypes for Mortal Kombat 4, and they still couldn't get it right.
Well, and then obviously, Mortal Kombat 9 or just Mortal Kombat, and then Mortal Kombat X. They're apparently very good games, and I completely believe people, but I can't be bothered to pick them up. Like, I just cannot be bothered to really learn that moveset, and get good at those games.
I played a bit of Mortal Kombat 9. I mean, after its time, so it wasn't like I played it online or anything. It seemed alright. It seemed a lot like classic Mortal Kombat to me. Like in that the moves were still pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't speak about 10. I've not played that, or Injustice or whatever, like the spin-offs of it.
Well, you got the they're quite simple to play, those Mortal Kombat games, but then you've got to work out the crazy combination at the end, haven't you? To
up, down, left, right, block.
Yeah.
You've got to be at the right distance.
Most of the time, you just see yourself just having a little fit and then failing, and then the person falls over.
That's embarrassing.
Epileptic fit, and the opponent just falls over in shock. Yeah.
Finish him. But then didn't they do for either 9 or 10? They done it where you could actually pay a set amount of money, so you didn't have to put the combination in. You could do it with a button press.
Yeah.
So that way you could still see the endings.
Modern day cheats. Pay for what you want.
Yeah.
Pay to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for like fatalities even.
It's bloody video games. You have to pay for everything in them. I wish it was like my day when you went to the arcades and
Put 20p in every 5 minutes. Yeah.
I actually went all the way up to Hastings to check out Mortal Kombat on the arcade. That was a big day for me to go check out Mortal Kombat. Like, there it is. Yeah.
Look, mum, look! I just loads of blood. Look, Mum.
Can I have this, please?
Come on,
I'll have
Dan.
this for
Get away from
Christmas.
that machine.
Yeah.
No,
Look, Mum, I just pulled his spine out. That's nice, dear.
that's his heart.
Do you want to go on the 2p machine?
No.
Come on, go. Look, penny fools. Nobody's playing that.
It was always funny, especially when being a teenager in arcades, and there'd be like the kids on Mortal Kombat who hadn't put any money in. Just like, I'm playing, and you're just waiting for them to get off.
Oh God, yeah. That's one thing I've wiped from my mind.
What kid? Hang on there. He used to swing on the joysticks as well, and then end up breaking them.
It'd be terrible like, on the gun games, especially because there'd always be someone on the gun. It's like they're not playing.
Yeah. Get the hell off of your shit. Yeah.
I went to an arcade recently with my son, and all he wants to do is just pretend he's sitting on, like, a Sega Rally thing and pretend he's playing, spinning the thing. He's like 2 years old, but he loves those little 2p machines.
Yeah.
Although
They are good.
I couldn't. So many memories were coming back from when I used to go there and play on those things, because I was like, I was getting really angry at my 2-year-old son because he wouldn't put it in at the right time. He kept dropping it in and it landed on top of the coins. I'm like, no, look, and I'm holding the coin. Let go. No, you've let. And it's just like I was getting really angry.
Stop ruining his fun, Dan.
I regret slamming his head into the glass.
You need to sit him down in front of tipping point and just be like, look, that's the timing. Watch and learn.
And I remember, because obviously he's like pretty much the height of where the money falls out. Like, he was walking past this machine, and randomly, he generally didn't knock it on him, but randomly some 2p's fell through. And I went, there you go, Toby, look, there, Toby, oh, for fuck, come here, look. And I was like, you're ruining this for me.
You're ruining my day out, Toby.
But yeah, all coming back.
Popular YouTuber seen shouting at son in arcade.
I instantly unsubbed. But
What from
Could be worse. Going to be. At least wasn't being.
I don't know what
racist about
newspaper.
him.
I don't know what it was a bad day in the newspaper industry when they're talking about that. But Tomb Raider is another one for me as well. I like the original PlayStation games, but then they just went off, and I just couldn't be bothered with any of that.
I love one. No, the original PlayStation one he's talking about. I love the first one. I played most of the second one, and the third one was
2 was my favourite, average, and I didn't really care for the rest.
Yeah, because it's really hard to go back and play the original one now, like almost to the point where it's unplayable, I think.
Yeah. I'd like. Do you remember when they're trying to do that hyping thing up there? Oh, Lara Croft's dead now, in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger, is she dead or not? I was like, I don't care really.
The Angels of that Tomb Raider, the Angel of Darkness.
Yeah.
I remember the original Naked Cheat. That was so much hype around that.
Oh
yeah.
God.
CVT, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all like fake, wasn't it? It was all like magazine.
I remember people magazines were saying you have to push the X button to the beat of Wannabe by the Spice Girls while pausing the game.
Proper trolling back in the 90s.
I remember actually there being an advert for Tomb Raider 2 or 3, and it actually said that is obviously, Lara Croft laid out half naked on a bed or something with a sheet covering up her bits, and then it said still no naked sheet or something like that, but still 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
CVG and this other stuff.
Do you ever remember them CVG doing the April Fools of the Amiga Drive?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's quite an early one.
A bell.
Yeah, you could. They said you could play Amiga games on your Mega Drive with this adapter, and everyone was going mad. You don't need the Amiga anymore. You could play it on your Mega Drive.
I remember the official Sega magazine, in the height of Sonic 2, 3, Knuckles, that sort of thing. They done a competition where you could win. I think it was £1 million, but a lot of money. If you could find this random character that they designed, which was basically a green Sonic the Hedgehog with weird ears or something or other. And people kept sending in like these crazy debug pictures where they sort of made the character look green and all that stuff. I'd love to find that, because the scans for that aren't available online. I'd love to find all those and maybe do a video or something.
We'll have to look on eBay so you can find the issue.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was obviously a continuous thing that carried on going. And no, it's not exactly the same because it hasn't got the tail. So better luck next time,
It's funny. I was just thinking with that Amiga Drive thing. Maybe nowadays, like with FPGA and shit, could you make that a reality?
You probably could. It's based on the same processor, isn't it? Yeah. So you could probably. I mean, you have to pack a lot of hardware into it. But...
Well, you could buy like a Mega Drive adapter for the Super Nintendo now, which is just a cartridge, and all it does is just soak up the sort of AV ports and
yeah.
So you can put the whole thing on a chip now and put it on there.
It's just effectively a bypass, isn't it?
Yeah,
you just bypass it. I think if I'm going to talk about game series, I'd probably pick Grand Theft Auto. I think, controversially, after the first, with top-down games, after that, just went downhill for me. As soon as it went into 3D, I was like...
Everybody loved Vice City, come on.
No, I was just like, this is... It just lost it. It just lost the appeal completely.
Did you play Chinatown Wars?
Yes, I did, but it was a bit fiddly on the old screen. Everything was a bit pixelated.
It's not quite properly top-down either.
It's all right. I mean, it's kind of like, it's somewhere.
I really like that one.
I like
it. It's all right.
There's a mod for it. There's a mod for it where you can make it look like one of the 3D games. They just basically push the camera down, but where the people are walking, obviously from a top-down view, when you look at them from a 3D perspective, they are just three literal bits of paper flat walking along.
Nice.
There you go. And you can't see anywhere near in front of you because obviously the screen wouldn't need to go that far ahead of you anyway.
No.
So you can only see like one block ahead of you.
So it's basically unplayable, but it does look like the 3D games.
Yeah, someone did it.
Yeah, I could pretty much mention any game from the 90s. And I fell out of love with most games after the end of the 90s. So,
they've never done Monopoly as good as they did on the Master System.
No, fucking haven't, have they?
The guy who made Monopoly on the Master System was responsible for finding columns for the Mega Drive. Yeah.
Didn't he put an Easter egg in the Master System version? Sega told him to take it out, and they had to re-release the game.
Oh, I don't know. What of Monopoly?
Yes.
I don't know.
And you could tell the difference if you got the bugged version, the one with he put the Easter egg in, because the label on the front is all in capitals. The re-release is lowercase.
So what's the Easter egg then?
He put his I think he put his name and credits in it in the game, and they didn't like that.
What bastards! God.
It was made by the same people who made Fighting Falcon as well. Remember that?
Okay.
I found I picked up a 1948 board game of Monopoly of a car boot the other week. It was.
Is that the one where it's a little box and the boards are separate?
Yeah, it's the war one, the cut down version. So all the pieces are made of cardboard, and the dice are made of like bolster wood because it's. They were trying to save money. I don't know, for war and materials and stuff.
Yeah, you need all that wood to shoot Germans with.
Chuck bolster wood at people's faces and stuff.
Flicking bits of wood at Germans.
It's just Monopoly input in the first version of the game. Input in a code will display a credit screen and messages from the programmers. It's basically just a mini credits.
Yeah, it's a bit like the thing about adventure,
Yeah. There you go. Which is the basis on that Ready Player One film that's coming out. They mentioned that at the beginning of there, don't they? That's what it's based on. A lot of it, the whole adventure, secret code thing. I suppose we should probably talk about that because that's happened since we've last done a podcast.
The villain in the movie is a giant seahorse.
This sounds interesting.
Has anyone seen the Ready Player One trailer?
Seen the trailer, but yeah, he's that twat in the Atari movie, isn't he? He just drives around in a DeLorean, and what people, always wonder, why is he in the film? There's nothing to do with him, but he's got a DeLorean.
Yeah.
So 80s, yeah.
Well, there's not much to talk about there then.
No. No. Funny enough, Dan, we haven't seen a movie that's not out yet, so no.
I thought we could have a little bit of a conversation with the cameo-filled trailer. But,
didn't Ready Player One come out years ago?
The book, yeah. I got it free of a loot crate.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it makes it's perfect for my wobbly table.
And now I downloaded the audiobook.
Is it a good book? I don't even really know it.
No, it is. Yeah, it is very good. If you're into your classic gaming stuff, it's quite exciting to listen to certain bits of it that get brought up. It's very heavy on the more Amiga days, Atari days. Sorry, not Amiga. Atari days. Yeah.
Okay. Good old days.
Talk a lot about the Atari games and that in there, so that's quite cool.
We're talking Atari 2600.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's quite good. Absolutely.
Interesting.
So video game series we used to love but fell out of love with. No one's got anything else.
I could list everything, but I'm not going to sit here and do that.
Every game ever made.
Every game made after 1999.
I'm so bitter.
Yes. Oh, Sonic, the day I sold my Mega Drive, the day the 90s ended for me. I sold December 31st, 1999.
Just sold it to someone as soon as the fireworks went off.
So yeah, topic number 3 is for you, Larry.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Well, okay then. So topic number 3 is memorable video game commercials. This one came in from Twitter, actually. Who was it that suggested this one? That would be, I don't know, I can't find him, but never mind. Oh no, Seth, oh my God, look at that surname. Zielinski. Wants to talk about our memorable video game commercials, our memories of them. Anyone want to start? Because I really haven't got any, if I'm honest, except from Sonic and Knuckles.
Oh, Sega. Surely you remember the Sega ones with the spud gun from bottom.
Yeah, with Spud
yeah, he was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah. I always forget the guy's name. Who was, what's his name?
Yeah, Spud Gun from Bottom. That's his name.
Spud Gun from Bottom, but like the cool guy who was in those commercials.
Can you guys still hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
No.
Because my computer's just completely gone off, the whole thing.
Oh, we can hear. We can hear.
Okay.
You're still here, yeah.
I've got blank screens. This is very interesting.
Yeah, with that Sonic and it was Sonic. Yeah, it was definitely Sonic and Knuckles advert. They did this thing where they done this clever thing in the advert where basically, where he grabs hold of the bars and like pulls himself along, like the monkey bars. He was doing that, but he was changing from Sonic to Knuckles on every single ring. It was like Sonic Knuckles, Sonic Knuckles, Sonic Knuckles. And when I finally got the game, I was like, how did they do this? And I just spent so long trying to work out if I could find the cheat, anything, and or trying to just work out how they did it, and then realised it was just a little camera trick they did for the advert.
The magic of editing, alas.
There you go.
Have you tried to recreate it with your video editing skills now?
Shouldn't I?
Yeah, could do. Wouldn't be that hard.
I don't know why I would ever do it, but yeah, I could.
I don't fancy wasting half an hour of my life.
Hedgehog, the complete history, obviously.
I've got that as a Patreon perk. I don't know why I've done that. Ridiculous. That'd be like a 5-hour video. And now we're talking about, I don't know, Sonic Labyrinth on the Game Gear.
Yeah. Sonic Chaos. That shitty Sonic racing game.
They never really done TV adverts here, though, from sort of in the 80s and 90s. I mean, the only one I can think of is that Mario one where all the people shouting Mario in the air and it zooms out and there's a picture of Mario on the planet.
You must be able to remember the Sega ones, maybe. Like the Sega.
Yeah, but that's later. That's early 90s.
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
Are we specifically talking 80s?
No.
I'm just saying. I can't remember any sort of British adverts from the 80s.
What about the plug me into a Sega Master System adverts? Do you remember them?
Do me a favour.
Do me a favour, plug me into a Sega. Yeah.
I don't remember those.
It was like a Stripe TV.
I remember. Did they actually have a TV advert? I can remember all the adverts for it in the back of like Sega Power.
There was a TV advert, but it looked like it had been done by like some college student, and some kid walked on with a Master System. He was like, "Dad, can I get this?" And his dad was like, "No," and that was pretty much it.
No, you've got an Amstrad.
Yes, it's terrible.
Be thankful.
But then it cuts to that screen, plug me into a Sega, and that's it, pretty much.
There you go.
It's memorable for being shit.
There's that.
YouTube.
Oh, was that Amiga one, wasn't it? With sunshine on a rainy day. The kids playing an Amiga while it's raining outside.
Going so crazy, just over playing, I don't know, fucking Captain Planet or whatever. It's just like, Captain Planet. I've used that. I think I might have used that clip more than any other clip ever in my videos.
Oh, and also the one of the Spectrum one where they're on the conveyor belt.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
That's like a legal requirement
for the Spectrum Plus. Yeah.
See, I don't think I've ever seen these adverts before, YouTube, there, in all honesty.
Well, you're too young to remember them, really.
Well, yeah, the Spectrum Plus.
I just zoned out on anything that wasn't an Amstrad before I had my Mega Drive. I remember someone showing me their Master System with some pretty decent games on it, from what I remember. I'm like, what is this crap? I'm going back to my Rolling on the Ropes. Fuck you guys.
£40 for a game?
Such a
I
fan.
couldn't believe it. No, I remember someone actually showing me Alex Kidd, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Stick your
He
Alex
hasn't got a gun.
Yeah, you stick up your arse. I got Bridget.
I think Bridget was the first game I ever played.
Do you know it's absolutely impossible to win Bridget because the bridges, the people move at a random thing where it's absolutely impossible to have them open.
Because you can't push us all four down, can you?
Yeah, you can't push them all down, so it's literally impossible to win.
So you get to the Bridget kill screen, huh?
Yeah.
Where you kill yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was my first ever game I ever played. What a random game. Either that and then very closely followed by
Bridget
Oh
was.
Money. I think so.
I think my first one was Postman Pat for the Spectrum, which was like you had to just drive around.
That's a
and
good
just
game.
deliver yeah, it's not bad on the Specky.
It's
love
like
it.
Grand
I
Theft.
played the Amiga, it's so bad. It's like Grand Theft Auto. Yeah.
It was like GTA, wasn't it? It was like an early GTA.
GTA. Postman Pat.
Terrorizing the village with
Yeah,
posts.
How you've run
Crash
over
into the
Mrs.
bikers,
Goggins.
Yeah. You've crashed into Mrs. Goggins' house.
Fucking mental.
It's pretty insane. One of my earliest memories is actually having a Postman Pat little toy of Postman Pat, and my son's into Postman Pat now. That's insane. Literally, obviously before I was born as well, like 30 years.
He's all CGI now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Fucking
crap
bastard.
now.
Yeah, shit.
The movie's got bloody Simon Cowell in it, or a voice of Simon Cowell.
There's
They
a
go on a
movie?
talent show. There's
Yeah.
a Postman Pat movie, yeah.
Fuck's sake.
There's a big sing-along movie as well.
My brother's friend went to where they were animating Postman Pat just before they finished it, and he stole their Jess.
Oh.
Was it a live cat?
No, I mean it's like the model of Jess they actually use. He nicked
Yeah, put
it.
big signs of you
Yeah.
in this cat.
Oh,
But yeah, there's a couple of different Postman Pat cartoons now, and one of them's got a different theme tune.
He's got a bloody helicopter now, hasn't he?
He does, yeah.
What kind of a fucking postman has a helicopter?
in a small village
Would
like
you like
that.
second class,
Greendale.
first
Is it
class,
Greendale?
helicopter?
How much does that cost to post a letter? Jesus Christ.
Saying that, I had to send some
Got
Patreon
up
stuff to
40.
Australia recently, and it was £3. I'm like, wow, that's
Oh,
awesome.
what, with Royal Mail?
It was like the slowest possible way, but still.
Yeah.
They said it would take up 40 days, and it only took a week.
Yeah, it does
I sent some stuff to Hong Kong.
Yeah,
That
I've
was-
sent to Hong Kong and Japan and that.
Yeah, I think with small packages, it's a standard £8, isn't it, or something like that.
Well, either way, Postman Pat's a bit of a legend in that regard.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to step out, guys.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm afraid.
Yes, I'm bored of speaking to you plebs now.
I have to go to the Norwich
Now I've
train
got my-
station.
yeah.
Collect some.
Okay.
got the
Well, we
plaque.
might be here when you get back if we're still talking crap.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll check, but I can't log onto my computer because it's just blank.
It's dead.
So
You have to leave your mic on.
Haven't you got Skype on your phone? You could talk to us while driving.
no, I haven't got Skype on my phone.
Oh.
That's why I don't
Oh.
often reply to messages.
Oh, I just thought you were being a dick, but
I am most of the time, but not for that. I can't end this call. I can't even end this call because
Kick him.
Yeah.
can't see anything.
Sometimes I think these conversations just ain't going to work for the podcast. Right,
I did warn you.
I'm going to try and push this button. It might cut you out.
Okay.
There he goes. He's gone.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah,
There
kick.
he is. So what did you actually think about him? Yes. What was he talking about? Adverts?
Yeah,
let's
adverts,
go for because I could go on about how every single kids show nowadays is crap compared to how we used to have it. Even Thunderbirds is CGI. Fireman Sam is CGI.
Yeah, they all look terrible.
Really, really bad. Really bad. I think CGI is actually it gets a lot more hate than it's pretty good CGI. You know, if I was a kid, I'd probably.
I don't know. You have to wait till Toby's a bit older and you can ask him what do you think the difference is between 2D and 3 CG. I mean, what is he like better?
Are you eating something, Larry?
No, I'm trying to find a charging lead because my headset's going beep beep beep. So I'm going to get muted in a minute.
It's just going to be me and Kim.
Yes.
Talking about how crap TV is nowadays.
Oh, getting old. Well, actually, most of the gaming adverts I remember from the 80s are all made by like sort of Dixons and Currys and Woolworths, weren't they?
They mostly used to have the adverts for the systems. I think looking on YouTube, I've seen like a couple of adverts for games. Like there's one kicking around by Ocean for a Hunchback. That must be like 1984, 85-ish. That's like probably like the earliest actually like video game advert I've seen, at least from the UK. Oh, and you had like the Atari adverts that Morecambe and Wise did actually as well.
Oh yes.
Yeah, those are pretty old. Like they have quite the funny ones with like Trevor Brooking and that in it, and yeah, Eric Morecambe on the Atari just not doing anything and Ernie being the straight man.
I wish I saw the Rick Mayall ones for the Nintendos.
Oh yeah, they were really good.
Yeah. So did he come before or after Craig Charles?
Don't know.
After, I think. Oh, I might be one about that. I'm pretty sure it was after. But yeah, I mean, he did like not just like the SNES, like he did like the Game Boy as well, and he did a whole bunch of like the games too. Like the Super Mario All Stars one is quite funny. They're all on YouTube, definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you one game I did see, because I was obviously all about Sega. After I was all about Amstrad, I was all about Sega afterwards. And if anyone come up to me trying to sell Nintendo, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. But I remember seeing Wario Land advert for that, and I was like, you know what, that looks really fucking good. And a really cool rated advert, like Destroy Mario.
Yeah, baby Wario.
Oh, that was a really fucking good advert. I actually remember seeing that and being, I want to play that.
Oh.
Maybe there was a Star Fox advert as well. That was obviously
that was a Rick Mail one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I don't know how I didn't.
As it was
Starwing, yes.
Yeah. And that was really, really good. I mean, like, I remember just seeing that, like, okay, yeah, the Mega Drive can't do that. Well, actually, I think I remember tricking myself again. Yeah, it ain't Lawnmower Man, is it?
Yeah.
Well, that was quite impressive, that VR bit in Lawnmower Man, SNES.
Shame about the rest.
That's
of
a game that everyone went mental about. A film everyone went mental about when it came out, and it's completely died a death now, isn't it? Like, no one talks about that film anymore.
It was like a thing for like a month.
I'm surprised it's not like a bit of a YouTube culty thing to like, review, because those sort of things do really blow up, don't they? Everyone reviews that sort of thing. But
I'm not surprised if none of the big movie reviewers have done it.
Film Brain's done it.
Oh, okay.
I saw it a couple of months ago, his review.
I want to say a big shout out to Paul Chapman, who's just become a patron of mine, and I've just had a look, and he's a patron of both of you people too.
Hey, that's to Paul.
I hope you give me more though, Paul.
No. Paul, come on. I'm the one that gave it out. He told me not to bother. There you go. I reckon we've exhausted our topics now.
Aye, perhaps.
I believe we have, yes.
Unless you want to talk about like the PlayStation ads or some shit.
Yeah, I do remember seeing a lot of PlayStation ads. I'll tell you one that was really good actually. The Xbox were always really clever with their adverts. There was
band, didn't they? The one with the baby.
Yeah,
that's the one I remember seeing. That one.
I loved that one. That's one of my favourite. Ads
so clever. But they went to a stage, didn't they, where there was like none of the adverts. I mean, all of the adverts they showed just didn't have any gameplay footage in any of them. Did they?
And then when they did, it was completely And when they did, it's completely faked, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So like rendered cutscenes. They had to put that
from the game, like for Final Fantasy VII and that especially. All CGI cutscenes, nothing else.
You see it nowadays with mobile phone trailers, but it's always a CGI trailer, and in the last 2 seconds they show a little bit of gameplay on like a little iPad to the side of the screen, and like, so that's what the game looks like. It's like, it's crazy. Like, oh my god,
Well, they have some sort of celebrity dressed up as something, don't they? Like they had Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, the Mobile Strike.
Yeah, do it now, and he's in that new one, that PPI advert. That's actually him. Bye bye BBI. Bye bye to the BBI.
Yeah, the old governor of California.
Yeah,
governor.
Imagine living somewhere and saying, Arnold Schwarzenegger was in like politician or something. That would have been insane.
Well, they had Ronald Reagan before that.
Yeah, and they got Donald Trump now.
No, but I mean, but Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's the Terminator, isn't he? He's so much like, that's like my youth right there. I was obsessed with Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, and he becomes the governor of California.
It was surreal, yeah.
And they had Jesse Ventura. He was a
governor
as well. Yeah. So his mate who had done little bit parts in his movies.
Jesse the Body, Captain Freedom.
Yeah. There you go. Cool. Well, I suppose we might as well close it up.
Aye, let's do that.
Absolutely. Do you want to do that? Half host Larry.
Half host Larry. What's that mean?
Well, everyone else has done all the topics for you. You introduced the show, and then we've done the rest of the job for you.
Yeah, well, there you go. You should do. Waste my time for you. Well, thank you very much for watching this episode. Be sure to tune in and subscribe and rate 5 stars and all the other things you used to do on YouTube. And
click the bell, all that.
Yes, click the bell. I've been Guru Larry.
I've been Kim Justice.
And I've been Slopes Gaming.
And Nostalgia Nerd is somewhere going up to Norwich.
He's on the way. He's gone to catch a train at Norwich. Station was going to pick up that song. So, with him posthumously not here, we bid you goodbye.
Goodbye.
Actually, that means he's dead, doesn't it?
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye to the BPI.